Todd, here we are.
Here we are.
Shizuoka.
Shizuoka.
We made it on time. We're actually early. We took the car this time and we didn't get stuck. That's what happens when you get up at 5 a.m. So, of course, we are starting at Bandai with the Gunpla. Todd, what are you excited to see?
Well,
it doesn't matter, because I heard yesterday that they make an RG Sinanju. There's going to be a new RG Sinanju here.
I'm excited to see it.
So I'm excited to see everything, but I'm excited to see that.
Yep.
So I'm going to go look for that right now.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Okay, everybody, here's the big news of the show here, Shizuoka 216.
Okay.
What do we see? Well, real grade Sinanju.
Real grade Sinanju.
The rumors are true. Now, what are your first impressions when you look at this, Todd?
Well, this looks great. I'm really interested in how they have the separation between the black parts and the gold parts.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when you actually look at the chest area and stuff when looking at the kit. But below there, they have the runners, and you can see there is a gold runner, all gold, and it's hard to see from this angle. We'll try and get a little closer here. But you can lay in the black parts over top of these gold parts.
Right, so there's going to be no stickers, it looks like. These are actual gold plastic parts and black parts meshed together to make a really fantastic look.
They do have the shield. You can see the shield. At first, the detail I thought was stickers, but that's not the case. One other thing I want to point out is looking from this side, you can see the side of the leg. They have the thrusters in there. Those pieces open up.
Yeah.
They open up and you're going to be seeing the underside of that.
This is a real fantastically detailed looking kit.
You're going to get the rifle. It looks like you're going to get the rifle. And of course those big thruster packs on the back, those are going to open up and extend. You got effect parts for the beam sabers. It looks like different colors on the head for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Similar to even the Master Grade didn't have this. You had to paint those separately, I believe.
Yeah.
So there you go. This is coming in August. We'll see it in August. It's a little pricier for an RG, but you can understand that when you look at
just look at the size and look at the details on this kit.
It's going to be 4,000 yen suggested retail. Of course, our price is lower than that. But there you go, coming in August. This is the big reveal. This is the summer August release. Last year was the Red Astray. This year it is the Sinanju. Let me say, it looks like MG, but in RG scale. I think this could possibly be one of the best kits we're going to ever see. All right, here it is. We just found out about this. It just went up on our site. It's the full armor Gundam Thunderbolt version Ka. Now you can see, let's look at the actual mobile suit itself. They've done a good job on the joints here. If you look at the elbows, where it looks like that the HG, it's not just frame, it looks like frame plus covering. Now that's got to be some kind of flexible plastic that you'll be able to move, because when you bend those joints, those have to move as well. You see them in the knee joints, you see them in the ankle joints. My first thought is that it might be based similar to the version 2.0, but I can't really confirm that because there's a lot of differences so far, just looking at the armor and the shoulders, for example.
Yeah, I really like how they did those joints, the bags covering the joints.
Look great.
So it's not a hard plastic.
When you go up here, there's that giant backpack. You're getting 4 shields. And then over here, we're going to start to see all the armor parts that you're going to slap on this guy. Here are the hands. Somebody asked about the hands, I think, on Twitter or something. The hands are not the 3.0 hands. They're the swallowable hand parts, but they're so big. It reminds me of what we saw with the Gundam Age kits, the MGs. Age 1 had those hands.
Yeah, that is similar.
Bottom of the foot here, you can see this thing actually folds out from underneath, so you'll have an extra grip maybe. I'm not sure what they want to do. The front skirts, they will open up. Same with the back skirts. Shoulder missiles will open up here. There's a lot of little details going on. It looks like what I kind of expected it to look like after the full armor MG a few years ago now. But it's definitely new. There's a lot of new stuff going on. It looks like it's going to come with this stand. That was a mystery.
Yeah, that was a mystery, but yeah, we do get a stand.
They do have a stand on there. And this guy's coming in July. And then, of course, it says just below that, coming this winter, the Psycho Zaku. Is that going to be the big December release? We don't know yet. Chances are we're going to start seeing stuff at the Tokyo Model Show and then at the Gunpla Expo. So we're going to be giving you some details of that later. But first, let's give you this fantastic flash lightning shots. He is Thunderbolt in this guy. All right, here's the newest 1/100 that we know is coming out very shortly. This one actually is next month. It's the Gray's Custom, the Gray's Kai. I like this guy. I like the different feet you have back there. There's the Kai ground type feet. I also like that giant gun that he's going to be sporting. The cannon on the shoulder. That's kind of awesome. And there he is. Just a normal Gray's, but with the Kai shoulder plates and everything else. But here we have the Kimaris Trooper. He's looking pretty sexy. Okay. I saw in his, you know, how we call that? His horse form. What did we name that?
Unicorn?
The unicorn? Yeah, he's got a horn there. You can see he's got that giant weapon and shield. That's going to come in the box as well.
Yeah, that's a big.
We knew this was coming. We got the information. I think last week. It's up on the site now. But now we actually get to see the molds. We get to see the details in the armor, which look really good. And this guy will be coming in July. So there you go. We only have 2 months to wait for the Trooper. Oh, here we have the IBO 1144. And there's the Astaroth. This just came in. Like, we have it now. It came in on Thursday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, we had to get in the car and drive down to Shizuoka today, so we didn't get a chance to even open up the box or build it. But there he is. I'm loving that rounded shoulder armor. I'm loving that little shield on his arm. And of course that giant sword, which does fold up. That's pretty great. Now, here we have just, I guess, a kind of mash with him in the IBO. Normal Barbatos. Looks fine. There is something along here, but we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
It just says coming in 2016. It's giant and red. And it just is unknown.
It's unknown, but
yeah,
it's one of these Iron Blood
Gaiden
Orphans
Tojo
kits.
Kitai.
Yeah.
And that's not the real name, so they called it unknown. That's, okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, it looks great.
It does look cool. It reminds me of like the Astray from Gundam Build Fighters when they did that one. It's looking pretty good. And beside that, we have just variations from Hobby Japan.
Okay.
Of the Astaroth and the, they call it Triina. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, here we go. We know number 200, the Hyakushiki. Number 200 is going to be Hyakushiki. I don't mind this. This guy is actually coming in August. It's not going to be Meki plated or that new kind of plating that they gave the 2.0 MG. But it's looking okay for that gold.
Yeah, it's that gold color, so we don't have to worry about stripping it if you want to paint it.
That's right, and I do like the new proportions they've given it. It does look really nice up in the chest area, and it looks like it's going to come with the markings there. Those are probably stickers and not rub-ons.
Yeah.
Well, they do have extra, you know, red parts for the sleeves and columns. It does look like.
We got some different kind of masks, it looks like.
Yeah. It says it's going to have different heads, just like the 2.0 MG that came with. Right. So I'm going to move over here. Whereas there he is on his pose with his weapon out. You're going to get the gun. It's probably similar to the ones we saw in the older Zeta kits. And then here we go. Here's the other guys. Got the bazooka as well. You're going to get that bazooka. So there you go. Number 200 in the HG is going to be Hyakushiki. All right, here's the E3 Custom. We saw this recently up close, and of course the Blue Destiny booklet that came in the box. Everybody was hoping for a Blue Destiny. Now coming here, what did we expect to see? Some kind of new RE 100?
Some kind of new RE, was there?
Yeah, we didn't know what it would be. We had no idea. Well, they're not really showing us, but they're showing us. So here, under planning, next RE, we have, I guess, the box hiding something with a silhouette. I can try to turn off my light and give you that silhouette a little better. It's something from Double Zeta. So something big from Double Zeta with that silhouette. So what's your guesses, guys? Let's hear it.
Let us know.
What do you think?
Post a comment.
All right, here we go. Here's the RG Real Grade kit that comes out this month. I'm still thinking about the shenanigans.
We're just a couple of weeks away from this one.
Just a couple of weeks away. I'm excited. Quanta's not my favorite suit, but RG is my favorite line.
Yeah.
And you can see there's the frame.
Lots of detail and the nice small scale.
I do like that frame that we saw first with the RG Exia. So there is the Quanta. A lot of people really love this MS. You know, I can understand that. You get that giant shield there with all those markings and everything else. They do have the Exia here, and they do have the 00 riser, but then they also have more poses from the Quanta. Now, you can see they got some great poses on this guy with that giant weapon. It looks like it can hold it up somewhat okay, although there is a little stand there. I'm not sure if that little stand will make an appearance in the box that comes.
Yeah.
But we will find out. But anyway, it's only a couple weeks away, and when it does, we're going to crack this baby open, and we will be showing you the newest RG, the Quanta, while I talk about the
upcoming RG.
Yeah. Sinanju.
Sinanju.
Here is the Freedom 2.0. We just showed this on the show. I love this kit. Below that they have Kira Yamamoto, who is this new kind of bust that model kit that Bandai is making here.
Yeah.
We also see Atheran there. Now we actually had somebody from the Bandai give us, let's see if we can pull this back, the runners. This is what is going to be coming in these boxes here. And you can see that they've got the head with the eyebrows painted on and the eye kind of shadow there. That all comes on the runner. You can see they're molding it in 3 different colors.
Right.
Todd, you're holding the eyes.
I've got the eye parts, and you can kind of see here, there's the black, the white, a bit of gray, and the purple, and they all just mix together right there in the eye.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a bit of trick engineering they have for the molding here.
We're not using any stickers for eyes like we've seen on some of the older kits. We are actually, with these busts, going to be assembling them, and the eyes are going to come pre-colored on the runner. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We're calling these the figurized busts, and we already showed you the runners. They were kind enough to show us that. And actually they kind of got an enlarged display of how they create the eyes. First there's the mold shape, then they add the gray color, then they're adding the purple, and finally they're adding the black outline. So you get that eye all molded in plastic. That is really, really impressive. So they are also going to be doing, it looks like, but we are not sure, some IBOs. Where are these guys? Here we go down here. IBOs, we got Akihiro.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Mikazuki.
Mikazuki Setsuna is going to be in there from 00. And Lock on Stratos, 00. And down here, these are all just references. We do not know yet if they're coming.
Right.
Shin Asuka is there, right? Bacchus Klein, and there's probably one that everybody wants.
Yep. Everybody wants the Char.
Noble. And Fumino Hoshino.
Okay.
And there you go. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what pace they have with these. Are they going to release them coinciding with kits from that series, or are they just going to kind of release them one at a
randomly,
time, like a regular release? We'll see when we know further details. Okay, here's the SD Gundam EX Standard. Now, 2 years ago we were at this event.
Was it 2 years ago?
3 years ago. And I said, oh, look at these look amazing. And it turned out that Bandai had decided not to sell them in Japan.
Right.
So we were unable to get them. Well, they've changed their mind.
Yeah.
And that means starting in July, we are going to be getting the EX Standard kits. Now, a bunch of them are coming in July. I think we're getting almost all of this top row here because they have been released prior outside of Japan. And then we'll see the new ones. Destiny is already out. Barbatos is already out at the end of this month. The Tri-Burning comes in July, and then in September we have a Death Scythe Hell.
Death Scythe Hell.
EW, that looks great.
Yeah.
And then of course a Sinanju. You can't have a new model line without a Sinanju.
Yeah.
And that almost looks like it puts the BB Sinanju to shame, but we were not going to know until we see, the colored version of it. But so far, EX Standard's looking good, and I'm glad that we can now get them for you. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Petit'gguy, Petit'gguy, here they are. Now, we all know about the pink, red, yellow, and blue. Those came out already. But they're now announced 2 new ones. So you can see we have the chop brown and the milk white. So here we go. Let's get in there. These guys are cute. They're really, really popular when they're first released. And Bandai didn't help their cause by limiting them on release. It took a while for us to fill all orders. So hopefully we don't have that issue this time.
I think they're in stock now if you guys want to buy them.
I know we have the previous Petit'gguys now, and Bandai's probably not going to let that happen again, so we expect to getting these guys in sufficient quantities come July. Just Petit'gguy in July.
Yep.
All right, we have a Gunpla Build Fighters tri-display, and it says, in August, the special new, let's see, they always take it off, Shinsaku Eizo TV Honor Kette Extra Battle Go Fight. So in August, they're going to see something extra special on TV.
Okay.
And I guess I just long-winded lead into some new stuff here. So we have what's called the Gansalot.
Yep,
Sir Gansalot. Sir Gansalot's going to be coming August. That guy looks kind of crazy. I love the head, actually.
Yeah, that's a great design, actually.
Looks cool.
That's it looks like it. I don't know. What is that based on?
He's like a hawk.
Is that a new kit?
Yeah, it's going to be a new mold for the head. It has to be.
Yeah, is it a new head?
It's the beside that, we have the ZZ2. That one's on sale in August as well. Yeah. It looks very similar to the ZZ2 that's already been out, but I think there's some new details.
The feet are different. I can tell they got the different feet. I believe the legs look a bit different from my memory.
Yeah, they do. I think the legs in the previous one were taken from one of the Zetas, if I recall correctly.
Right?
But we also get a Petitgguy.
Petitgguy.
It's not a Petitgguy, it's a Petitgguy. Now this is a tentative name. They might change his name, but he even comes with a little fig leaf you can chew on. So there you go. Petitgguy is coming in August, along with the other Build Fighters kits when the new thing drops. All right, here he is. Here's the Revive.
Okay.
The Force Impulse Revive.
Yeah, Force Impulse. Look
Yeah,
here.
this is probably the Revive I'm most excited about. I know, Todd, you're excited for the Gian.
Yeah,
this month.
Again, that's coming.
But the Force Impulse is the one that I like.
away.
It's probably because I just love the suit design, you know, the Sword Impulse. Now, it's looking like it's coming with like extra parts you can swap in and out. If you look at that, what am I looking at? Is that extra parts from with the kit, or is that?
Yeah, I was trying to decide if that was extra parts for the kit or if that's this.
Yeah.
This build
They have
custom.
these build custom stuff, so you can customize your build. This is called the Northern Pod, but it doesn't seem to
Well, that's got the head that's on that one.
Yeah, and this is the Gian extra weapons to go with your Revive Gian here. So maybe it's separate. They haven't released too many details yet. You might get that big rifle separate with the Gian. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen actually. But so far, the Revive Force Impulse looks really good. They don't have the backpack on it yet. I guess they are showing off the extra parts that are going to come later.
It's just got that extra part stuff on the back end for the weapons.
Actually, you know, if you look at the top of this one, that big spike sticking on the top, it looks a lot like that tail right there.
Right.
So Northern Pod, you probably take apart, slap together, and you can put in different variations on your Force Impulse. That's cool and everything, but I prefer the Force Impulse backpack.
Just the standard.
Of course, I'm going to be playing around with both, but for now, just the bare bones Force Impulse, which is already pretty special, is enough for me.
Well, it's nice to have options sometimes.
I agree. That's why they do these things.
Nice customizability.
All right, here is another HG from Origin.
Right.
What do they call this? The local type.
The local type.
The local
so it's
Gundam.
like some kind of like specialized combat version.
This is your hometown Gundam.
Yeah, it's your local Gundam. Everybody knows. Everybody knows his name.
Now the other Origin suits, the prototypes, the test types, they look bare bones. They look basic, and you get that feeling with this too. If you look at the shape of the shield, and some of the armor parts, especially in the shoulders, it looks like, you know, something you would see locally, because I live in a small town and they don't have lots of money. I don't know, but
it's the policeman Gundam.
That's right. It is pretty cool. This is coming in July. It's on the site already. Below here, they have something else that came out at the end of last year.
Yeah.
This is MG, the Origin MG.
I'm assuming everybody that's watching this video has already built this kit.
Yeah, it's actually,
if you haven't.
It's a good kit. Don't forget it comes with effect parts, but they're not showing that here, which they should, because it's a great draw. I'm going to go beside here. We'll just show Thunderbolt kits. Now, we know about these because we've kind of built all of them already. And they re-released them to go with the anime version. So there's the full armor, and there's the high mobility Zaku. This actually, high mobility Zaku released this week. Right. So next week on Gunpla TV, it's going to be up there, as well as the GM. Now here's the GM. We never built this, I don't think, when it first came out, but we are going to be showing this as well in the next couple weeks on Gunpla TV. And then, of course, the Zaku one, which is one of my favorite HGs, the anime, the manga version. This is the anime version.
Yeah, we got some new colors, a new version of yellow.
Yeah.
So Yellow Gundam fans are going to love this one.
Yellowist is going to love this. All right, and there's the big gun. We showed that, I think, last week. So there he is, looking pretty awesome. All right, this is HG number 199.
199, getting close to that 200.
That's right, the full armor Unicorn Gundam, but this is Destroy mode, red color version. Previously they had the green final battle type color. Now you're getting pretty much everything. That's the same. So you're getting all these parts here. Oh Jesus, look at those.
That's a lot of weapons.
And that's not all, because look at those shields over here. That's a lot of stuff.
Oh,
but what
wait
they've
a second.
done here is they're giving you new markings. You're getting the final battle markings they're showing here. So it's tough to see them all. Let's see if we can get some light on this here. But you can see they're also getting a stand, so you can mount your 3 shields like that. And there's the full marking sheet. In an HG, remember, this is an HG marking sheet. It looks like what you'd see on an RG, but no, it is HG. And if you get out your panel line marker and add some panel lines and slap these stickers on, you're going to have this awesome looking unicorn. Well, what do we have up here? This is Cinder. It's actually at the top of the Origin wall. They have a big Origin wall. Oh, let's back out a bit.
There you go.
You can see everybody all lined up. There's the WAF. I like that guy. I love all of these kits, actually.
The whole lineup of...
I think they all look good. The dome is amazing. So here is Contact and Mr. Slender. This guy's coming out in a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I believe so. It's just on the 21st of May, I believe.
Yeah, so there you go. We'll be showing this guy. I'm going to be cracking this guy open because I love all Origin kits.
Yep, that's next week, I believe.
Yeah. Hey, I'm squeezing myself in here. We're looking at the Macross kits. Macross Delta is the newest series. You can see that they have some model kits here. Let's start at the top here. Yep. So this is actually the one that's coming this month. VF31J. There is Siegfried. So you can see the gear walk. You can see its plane mode. You can see its mecha mode. It looks great. And over here they've got it kind of mounted so you can see the top of it. Look at those weapons there. 1/72 scale. All these are 1/72 scale. So I'm going to go down here. Right, there is the VF31S. All right, so I'm loving the colors on this. It looks like we might be doing some heavy decal work, even on the Snap Fit Bandai kits. And then there's its gear walk.
Just open them up.
And there is
maybe I'll skip the
robot
doubles.
mode, and we're going over to this gear walk. This is a pretty cool one. Looks like it's got wings, right? That is the SV262HS Draken 3. Looking from the top, look at those wings. That's awesome. It's like an F4 Phantom in some ways. And then there's the robot mode. Now, we have they go June, July, and August. So for the next 3 months of summer, you're going to have one Macross Delta kit a month to assemble. So you'll be doing some building. Fans of these kits know that they are quite intricate because of the 3 transformations that they're able to go through. It's been a while since we showed any kind of Macross kit on Gunpla TV. So what we're going to do is we're going to be showing all 3 of these when they arrive. Here are some more Figure-Eyes busts. Now we saw the Gundam ones before, various characters from Gundam. Now we're seeing it from Macross Delta, and you can see all the main heroines looking very girl bandish. They will have their own busts. They will assemble the same way. Remember, these eyes are not stickers. They are molded in this color in a 4-step process. That's pretty amazing. Up here, they're going to show the Mecha collection. Now the kits we just showed in 1/72 are now coming in the smaller handheld Mecha collection. You're going to be doing some sticker work, judging by just the designs on these. Remember, these are quite small.
Yeah, so, I've put together one of these already, and I did have. It comes with quite a bit of stickers, but it looks
the end result, even for something this small, is really nice. It's really nice. Gold! There it is now. It's been a while since we saw a boat, a one-piece ship. This one is all gold, and why is that? Well, the One Piece Gold movie is actually coming out in not too long now in here in Japan. Let's add some light here. And it's actually, it's not a mecha plated gold, because if they're going to do that for a ship, even this size, it would be all mecha, and it would be heavy, and it would be somewhat expensive. So they've gone with, that gold that they do instead of mecha. It doesn't look terribly bad. You're going to see some flash and some stuff in the larger pieces like the sail, but it's not too bad. But if you don't want an all-gold ship, of course they have the fleet collection down there. There's all the one-piece ships that they have made over the last few years. These have been out for some time now, so you can pick one of those up. And if you're a die-hard one-piece fan, well then you got to get the gold one as well. Okay, who remembers Figure-Eyes? When they originally released it, it was just called Figure-Eyes, and they gave us Son Goku, and they gave us, I think, a Super Saiyan, and we even had a Lupin from One Piece, and Tiger and Bunny, those ones. But now they're coming back, because they did switch to a 6-inch one, but now they're going back to what the larger ones, and they're calling it the Standard. And there's the Final Form Frieza, and the Super Saiyan Son Goku. Now these are already up on our site because they've just been announced. We're going to be seeing these at the end of July, but it looks like they're planning to do almost the entire line of characters. So you can see there's the Perfect Cell. This just says 216, and beside that, Majin Buu. This is also 216. At least it's confirmed. All the rest of these that they're showing now, there's the Beerus. That one's very popular. All the rest of these they're just showing as reference exhibition, which means, well, it might be coming, it might not be coming. Oh, but these two are coming. There's Super Saiyan 3, and there is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So we have 4 that are guaranteed this year, and a whole bunch that could possibly be coming this year as well. So for Dragon Ball Z fans, it's time to get back into the Figure-Eyes series. This is something we've been meaning to talk about on Gunpla TV for some time, because it is a Bandai snap fit model kit, but it is not a Gundam. Now, you can see that they have what is called Gekki Drive. Look at that exhibition. They have a truck in here. There's the Gekki Drive. Now, what these are similar to Tamiya's Mini Yonku, Mini 4-wheel drive. You're going to assemble a race car. You're going to assemble it. It will come with the body, it will come with the tires, it will come with the chassis. I believe it even comes with some kind of motor. Now you can buy the parts separately if you want a better motor, if you want a faster motor, if you want better tires. You're going to be able to buy all the parts separately, and then you can build these, you can customize them somewhat. They'll come with stickers as well. And then you can race them with your friends. Now the tracks they sell you, they do sell you tracks for Gekki Drive. I think there's one out there already. But they're not like this. However, if you get a few of these and snap them together, you can make quite a setup, similar to what you see in some of those hobby shops where they have the 4-wheel drives and the RC drifters and stuff. Bandai is hoping it catches on, which explains this large display. So far, it's been pretty popular with the kids, but we have yet to see kind of the reaction internationally. So I'm hoping that people can become aware of it through this video, and if you're interested, why not give it a try?
Okay, so here we go, guys. We got the SDF-1 Macross. Now this is in the attack mode. So before we had this kit in the ship mode, but now we're getting it in its more robot form while it's standing up. But for this kit, it's not like your normal Bandai kit. This is a kit that you are going to have to glue together yourself. So
and paint.
And paint, of course. Now the runners that they're showing here, they're all painted in this this chrome plastic. I'm not sure if it will actually come in this color plastic. There's probably a good chance this is only for display. But if you want to build this kit as it looks there in the example, you're going to have to paint it yourself. But just looking at the details they have on this kit, and just like the kit in the ship mode, they've done a pretty good job for this one. It's got some nice looking details, and once you get it all painted up and glued together, and the seam lines all sanded smooth, this is a really nice looking kit. Yeah, no, it does look good. And I definitely like it in this form, standing up. Yeah. It looks more sci-fi to me. Yeah, this is definitely more of a, more attack robot sci-fi look than the ship. Okay, so this is coming in June. So it's coming in June, all right. So we can expect it only a month from now. Okay, wouldn't be a Shizuoka Hobby Show without a new Virtuon kit. So here you can see, what's this girl's name? They call her Garayaka Chogenki Sube Shaberu. So here she is. And she's got some effect parts in the back that almost look like a giant tail, except you can see as it swings around, she's riding that thing. Yep. She's like a little witch. She's on her little broom. That's like a Harry Potter. Now, if you haven't done a Virtuon kit before, I think we say this at every show, they come loaded. Look at those accessories. Look at the decals. These are all water slides. You can build the plastic, you will need some glue for some of them. But then once you start putting on the markings, then it becomes super detailed. Like you're going to get all these colors, most of them from all the markings. Okay, also at Aoshima, what are we looking at here? They call us the VFG 001 PRT VF31, and we're told that it might stand for like Valkyrie Frame Girls. So you can see from this diagram, you're going to get the girl, and the Valkyrie will come separately as wearable armor, or as its own fighter, or as something she can ride in Gearwalk mode. Now they have a concept illustration here of her wearing the armor and then riding the Gearwalk. That is pretty cool. I mean, you're going to get your own fighter out of this, and you're also going to get the girl with the wearing armor. This armor is similar to the frame arm girls from Kotobukiya, but they're adding the Macross to it from Macross Delta. And I think it's an interesting concept, and I can't wait to actually have this plastic in my hands.